Hello friends, this video on thermal properties of matter part 21 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Please make sure that you have watched all the videos from part 1 to part 20 before going ahead with part 21. Hello friends, this video on thermal properties of matter part 22 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Please make sure that you have watched all the videos from part 1 to part 21 before going ahead with part 22. Now let us look at the second mode of transfer of heat, that is convection. Convection of heat is the transfer of heat by actual motion of matter. That means the heat transfer takes place through a medium, not only a medium but actually through a motion of matter, one particular substance. Now I will give you a very clear understanding of the difference between conduction and convection. In conduction, what happens? Let us suppose this is you and this is your friend. Now suppose you have to transfer a ball to your friend. Now there are three ways you can transfer it. One is conduction, where small kids are standing in a line between both of you. This way. Let us suppose they are all small kids who are standing in a line between both of you. So what do? You transfer the ball to this kid, he transfers it to the next, he transfers to the next, and so on, and this continues until the ball reaches your friend. So this is what exactly happens in conduction. In conduction, the transfer of heat takes place through each body part, each part of the body of that system. When I talk of convection, it is something like this. Suppose you are standing here, your friend is standing here. Again, you want to transfer the same ball to your friend. There is a kid who is standing here. You transfer the ball to this kid. This kid walks with the ball and then hands it over to your friend. So this is convection. That means you need a medium to transfer the heat, but how is it transferred? It is transferred by actual motion of the matter. This particular medium is actually moving. The matter is actually moving from one place to another in order to transfer the heat. This is how it happens in case of convection. When I talk of radiation, it is something like if you are standing here and your friend is here and you want to pass the ball, you simply throw the ball to your friend. So you don't need any medium for the transfer of heat. You just directly throw the ball and your friend gets it. I hope with this comparison it is clear to you what is conduction, what is convection, and what is radiation. Okay, now let us go ahead and see some other details about convection. Convection is possible only in fluids, where a fluid particle actually moves and transfers the heat to another system. There are two types of convection. One is natural convection, where gravity plays an important role in natural convection. Something which happens in nature on its own. That is natural convection. For example, the trade wind or the warming up of land and sea during day and night. This phenomenon is a very common phenomenon, right? The warming up of land and sea during day and night. It is basically governed by natural convection, where we don't play any external role for convection to take place. It just happens in nature. We will discuss about this example in the next slide. The other type of convection is forced convection. So this was natural convection, this is forced convection, where a material is forced to move by a pump or by some other physical means. That means you force the medium to move and to transfer the heat from one system to another. For example, this was the case for convection, right? in natural convection, this kid has been created in such a way that the kid knows that it is his job to take the ball from A and transfer it to your friend. So he will do it on his own. So that is what happens in natural convection. But in case of forced convection, you have to beat him or you have to force him that take this ball and carry it. And then he is carrying the ball to your friend. So that is forced convection, where you are forcing the material to move. Now how you are forcing the material, that again depends. For example, here it says that the material is forced to move by a pump or by some other physical means. But the bottom line is, in this case, things will not happen naturally. You will have to make things happen. Example of forced convection is forced air heating systems in home. You would have seen the heater systems in your home. There, this forced convection plays a very important role. Wherein, if you see, the transfer of heat takes place through the entire room. So there it happens through this forced mechanism. Now, one very important topic which we will discuss in this convection is the warming up of land and sea during day and night. Because once I discuss that phenomenon, you will have a very clear picture of how convection takes place. Because many times in your examination, you may find that you can get problems where they give you a scenario and they say that how does heat transfer takes place. So it is very important that you understand what is conduction, what is convection, what is radiation, and how do they take place. See, it is not possible for me to cover all the examples here, but I will try to make you understand one example but very clearly and in depth, so that you can apply the same concept in other examples as well. Similarly, in forced convection, we have the cooling system of an automobile engine. So in many of the mechanical systems which are artificially created by human beings, we make use of this forced convection. So let us look at the example of natural convection. As I told you, it's a property that land heats up quicker than water bodies during day. During daytime, land will become hotter quickly when compared to sea, whereas at night, the vice versa will happen, right? So how is it like? Suppose this is my land, this is land, and this is water. So during daytime, land heats up quicker, right? That happens due to convection. By convection, land heats up quicker and when compared to water bodies. So what happens is, this is hotter compared to this. So this hot air goes up. Being less denser, the hot air goes up, and as a result, a vacuum is created in this portion. This vacuum is filled by this cold air which comes from the sea. So now this cold air takes up this space and this hot air moves up. This hot air again moves up and comes back to this vacuum which was created due to movement of the air into the hot region, and so on. So this cycle keeps continuing. During daytime, this land gets hotter quickly, hot air goes up, this vacuum is filled by the cold air coming from the sea, and the vice versa takes place at night, and so on. Thank you. Please visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thank you once again.